Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Laker basketball. Lakers just signed Andrew Bogut. Let's talk about that. I want to touch on Lonzo's development and what I see and what I expect, and the hypothetical of LeBron James, Paul George, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo all on the same team. Let's talk that briefly. We're a few days away from training camp. I'm excited about that. Looking forward to that. So I've got my hat ready and I'm ready to go. But yesterday, Lakers just signed Andrew Bogut. What does that mean about Zubac and Thomas Bryant? Basically, those guys aren't ready. Zubac, we saw him in Summer League and he looked like he regressed, okay? I don't talk too much about Zubac because there's not much to talk about. It's just plain simple. He's not progressing as we would expect and the way he should have. He came to LA. All he talked about was chicken wings and his obsession with chicken wings, and it looked like he sat on a bucket of chicken wings for like the last several months. All right, Zubac, you got a lot of work to do, dog. You're on the Lakers. You have this opportunity. You're 7 feet, whatever. You have this God-given ability. Don't throw it away by being lazy, eating chicken wings and whatnot. Put in the work. We see him on camera or whatever, and we see him in the gym, whatever. He's progressing slow, right? And so you can see in Summer League he's not ready, okay? But he's got some skills, so we got to develop that maybe in the G League, right? Thomas Bryant has like some energy or whatnot, but I think right now the Lakers, we're not in development phase. We have too many of our young stars, young prospects that we're trying to develop. We don't want to have a team full of just guys who need to develop. Thomas Bryant is a good energy guy, but he needs time to develop. So I can see him in the G League, you know, putting in work and whatnot. Lakers did something great by signing Bogut. This came out of the blue. I didn't even expect this, but this only boosted us a little bit. If Bogut, I think he came off knee injury. If he can stay healthy for this 1 year, right? And it's a nice deal where he has to actually make the team. It's not, got something in my eye. It's not something that, no long-term contract, but Bogut's coming off an injury like this, but if he can get back and he's pretty much motivated to play several more years in the NBA, he's got to showcase what he can do. If Bogut knee is fully healed and he comes into play, he would be an excellent backup to Brook Lopez. I mean, we got all these nice cats on 1-year deals. It's really nice, but just the fact that we signed Andrew Bogut, to me, tells me that we're really looking to improve. You know, we're not coming out here thinking about tanking. We want to add pieces, components to our young stars, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, and so forth, and build a nice group of veterans. And I like the toughness that Andrew Bogut brings. He's a guy who he built this reputation of being, you know, kind of like a dirty player a little bit, but in a sense, we kind of need that. We need guys need a veteran presence like Andrew Bogut on the squad on a nice 1-year deal to kind of help bully people, you know, around and not, and let our young guys develop and not let guys, other veteran, like tough guys on other teams bully our youngins, right? So I love that pickup on Zubac or Bogut. So what that means is basically Zubac, you're basically in the G League. Thomas Bryant, you know, go to G League, work some, and then as they develop, we can bring them up over the next year or whatever. And we gotta keep an eye on Zubac. Maybe, you know, obviously he's gonna get some playing time throughout the season, but for the most part, Zubac is not a guy that we're gonna be relying on as a backup. So I like that. I just saw a video of Lonzo dunking, and I see pictures of Lonzo working out and Lonzo dunking, like a spin around dunk and whatnot. And I tweeted out that Lonzo's going to be really scary. The fact that he's 19, and this is what we're seeing and we're hearing from Brandon Ingram, how he's growing. These guys you forget these guys are teenagers, and so they're naturally going to add adult man muscle and girth around their skinny frames, and so you're going to see that in Brandon Ingram this year, and we're just seeing that in Lonzo Ball just in the several months. It already looks like he's got a nice bounce in his step, And obviously over the months, over the weeks of just from college to summer league and now ready for the season, you can see Lonzo Ball is going, when he naturally continues to develop, you can see the bounce in his step. And once he gets his legs under him, his shot's going to fall. So in my opinion, if Lonzo continues to just train like this and work and get his body right, he's got the skills, he's got the IQ. It's just, he's going to give teams a lot of problems, in my opinion. And I think it's encouraging to see that from Lonzo Ball in these videos. Lastly, a few days ago, somebody, Peter Vesey, I don't even know who the guy is really, but he said emphatically LeBron James is going to be signing with the Lakers. Obviously, we all know this is hypothetical, but just what if LeBron James, 6'8", 6'9", a beast, right? Paul George, 6'9", a beast, right? Dominant on both ends of the floor. LeBron James, Paul George, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, you got an average height of, I don't know if all those guys will start, maybe they all do, but you got an average, that's some sort of, that's a death lineup that you, what is it called? A death lineup that would be, I'll pair up that lineup with any squad. Golden State, Boston, Spurs. Come on, give me that lineup. All we need is a nice shooter on that squad and some decent bench players, and we're rolling. So that's a hypothetical. That's a really nice team. Put that on 2K and run with that squad and see how far you get. But in my opinion, that's a nice squad that we can only dream about. We're not going to talk about it too much because it's all hypothetical right now, but just gave me something to think about. I was like, ooh, man, we'd be off and running. Anyway, there'd be some other pieces you would have to build around those players. There'd be some shooters, a decent center defender and whatnot. But for the most part, that squad, we'd be ready to go. Anyway, I'm hyped. Training camp open in a few days. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on these topics that I just touched on. Bogut, Lonzo's development, and the ideas of Bron, PG13, joining the squad with that type of average height on the team. Anyway, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing. As always, follow me on Twitter at MikeSportsLA. Talk soon, guys. Peace.